Hello everyone, welcome back to the Wisconsin Greg Show. I'm just here in Palmyra, Wisconsin today. It's about 25 miles from my house. I very rarely ever get to Palmyra. I've only been here a few times. The only reason I come here is this is where I get my fertilizer and seed, corn and soybean seed and all that stuff for the farm. I buy it from a place here called Insight FS is what it's called. So I thought while I was here I'd just give you a little tour of the town a little bit. I don't really know much about it. I've never really shopped in the town or anything. But there's some very old buildings here that are pretty interesting. I thought I'd show them to you. The town, from what I understand, got started in the early 1800s. So there's some pretty old buildings here. So I'm gonna get out of the truck here and walk around downtown a little bit and show you some of these old buildings. So I'll be right back with you in just a second. Right down there is where I get all my seed and fertilizer from. I don't know if you can see it. It says Insight FS there. And of course it's noontime here, so the noon whistle has to go off while I'm doing this, but that's okay. There's an old church here in town. Here's an old restaurant. And let me get out here in the street a little bit here after this car goes by. And I'll show you the whole town. That is pretty much the whole town of Palmyra right there. From what I understand, I don't know if I mentioned this already, there's about 1,700 people that live in this town. Very small town. There's a True Value hardware store here in the corner. So I'm going to walk down here a little bit and put this on pause for a second, and I'll show you some of these old buildings down here. Look at them old buildings. I see there's like a carpet and vinyl flooring in one of them, and another one's a cabinet store. Sunset Builders. Another one looks like horse supplies, food and stuff. There's a few bars in town here. There's a biker bar, it says bikers and cruisers all welcome. And there's another bar right over there. Look at those big old buildings. Pretty interesting. I don't know if you like old buildings, but I think they're pretty interesting. You just don't see buildings like that built very often no more nowadays, with all the designs and the bricks and stuff. Pretty interesting. I'm gonna walk down the street a little bit here so we can look at that other building a little closer. Look at that building with all the rocks. Looks like it isn't nothing right now. It's got a for rent sign in front of it. But that's got to be pretty darn old. I like all that design on the very top. Not sure what that stands for, the name there, but it says 1884 on it. I'm going to go across the street here so we can look this other direction here. This is on the opposite side of the street. This is the side that's the side I just came from. That building right there is pretty interesting. It says Eagle Telephone Company on it. It says 1902 on the side to 1930. Pretty cool old building. There's the front of that building that was for rent with all the rocks on the side that I showed you earlier. This is the front side of it. Pretty old. This is looking down the side street. That's another old building down there. Look at this one here. That's old. Want to see something pretty interesting? Look at the top edge of this building right here. It's all kinds of old excavating toys up there on the edge. That is something I ain't never seen before. That's kind of cool. Actually, if you look up there on that wire up there. See if I can get it for you. There's an airplane hanging from the wire. I have no idea what that is. That's kind of cool though. Stuff you don't see unless you get out and walk around. So if you're ever in an old town, get out and walk around. Never know what you're gonna see. Here's a side view of that bar. Look at that stonework up there on the peak. I think that's so cool how they do that. The designs and stuff up there. Look at this sign right downtown, horse riders. Look, they even have a museum in this town. I can't believe it. I never even knew this was here. Called the Turner Museum. Might have to go check that out. There's the Legion Hall. Long, skinny building it looks like. And that down there says Masonic Temple on it. I can't read what the middle one says. But that's an old building too. They're all old buildings around here. Well, that was just a quick view of the downtown Palmyra, Wisconsin. I hope you enjoyed it. I could have walked down a few more side streets, but it's kind of chilly out there today. It's about 27 degrees and it's a little breezy. I didn't have no gloves on. I wasn't really planning on videotaping today. But I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for stopping by, and have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye now.